What if I told you that you don't need a long vocabulary list or a grammar book to start speaking English with confidence? In fact, most people who study English never become fluent because they focus on perfection instead of connection. But today, I want to change that for you. You'll learn how to speak English by using real conversations from daily life that actually matter. Hello, welcome to English Cactus. My name is Anna, and I'm so happy you're here. Before we begin, make sure you grab your free PDF of this lesson in the video description. This lesson will help you practice your English in a fun and natural way by listening, repeating, and feeling the language. I suggest using the shadowing technique. First, just listen to the story. Understand the idea. Then go back. Pause after each sentence and say it out loud. Match my rhythm, match my tone. This simple habit will boost your pronunciation and fluency, fast, almost like you're talking to a real friend. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment telling me, where are you from? Now grab your coffee, relax, and let's begin. When you meet someone for the first time, what do you say? Most people go with something simple. Hi, my name is Anna. I'm a teacher. I love cooking and hiking. That's it. Short and real. When you study English, start with these small sentences. Practice them. Speak them out loud. Imagine you're meeting someone in a cafe. You smile and say what you love. This is how real conversations begin. No pressure. Just sharing who you are, one sentence at a time. Now, let's talk about hobbies. Hobbies are more than fun things. They help people connect. If you say, I like photography, someone might say, me too. Suddenly, you're not strangers. You're two people with a common interest. So when you learn English, include what you love: reading, watching shows, even camping. These words are personal. They're yours. And when you say them, English feels like your language too. Daily life is a great topic to practice. You don't need fancy grammar to say, I cook pasta on Sunday, or I go running in the morning. These are real useful phrases. They help you speak about your routine. And routines are great tools when you study English. Why? Because you already know your life. You're just learning how to talk about it. Try writing 5 things you do every day, then say them in English. That's real progress. People also love to talk about where they're from. I grew up in a small town. Now I live in the city. That's a story everyone understands. It doesn't need many words, but it builds connection. Try saying it like this. My town was quiet. Now, the city is busy. Short, honest, clear. The more you practice English with stories from your life, the more natural it feels. You're not just learning words, you're sharing your world. Let's not forget goals. I want to do a master's degree. I want to speak English better. These are strong sentences. When you say your goal out loud, it becomes real. Try it. Even something small. I want to learn 1 new word today. Speaking goals helps your brain believe. It's not just about grammar, it's about dreaming in a new language. And when you study English with purpose, it becomes a tool for your future. Work and hobbies often live in different corners of our lives. But what if they didn't have 2? In the next part, we'll enter the workplace. But don't worry, this won't feel like a boring office scene. You'll see how real people talk at work, make decisions, and solve problems, all while still being human. Let's walk into a team meeting. Not a big formal one, just a casual talk among coworkers. Someone says, "So, any ideas for the new packaging?" Another replies, "We need something eco-friendly but not too expensive." That's how it begins. This is real workplace English. When you study English, it's important to learn how people speak at work, not just with big words, but with real teamwork, ideas, concerns, solutions, all shared simply, clearly. Small talk at work matters too. Before the meeting starts, someone might say, "How was your weekend?" Or, "Did you try that new coffee place?" These are not random phrases. They build trust. They open the door for connection. When you learn English for work, include these light questions. Try practicing with a friend. Ask about their day. Tell them about yours. A kind question can make someone feel seen, and that's powerful communication. Now imagine the discussion gets serious. One person says, "Plastic is cheap, but it's not good for the planet." Another says, "Recycled paper costs more." You hear opinions, you feel the tension, but this is where real English shows up. Words like balance, compromise, and sustainability help express complex ideas simply. You don't need to say much, just clear phrases like, "I agree," or "Let's think long term." When you study English, learn to listen. 2, it's half the conversation. Delegating is another key skill. Someone in the group might say, "Can you research the costs?" Or, "I'll write the report." These phrases are short but useful. Try saying them out loud. "Can you handle this?" "I'll take care of it." When you speak like this, people trust you. They see you as confident, even if your English is still growing. Practice these at home. Use a mirror. Use your phone. When you learn to speak simply, you lead better. What makes a team work well? It's not about always agreeing. It's about building something together. So when people say, "Let's vote on it," or "We need a solution that works for everyone," they're using English to create action. And action brings results. This is the kind of English that helps you grow at work, not just in vocabulary, but in leadership. And leadership starts with language. When you study English, you're learning how to lead your life with clarity. So we've seen how work conversations can be real, direct, and kind. But let's step out of the office now. Let's go to a place where people smile, sip their drinks, and share simple words over warm coffee. Because sometimes, the best English practice happens right at the corner cafe. Let's imagine you walk into a cozy cafe. The smell of coffee fills the air. People are chatting, some typing on laptops, others reading. You go to the counter and the barista smiles. "Hi, what can I get for you today?" These moments are perfect to study English. Why? Because they are short, real, and full of energy. You don't need a script, you just need confidence to speak what you know. Start small. "1 cappuccino, please." That's already progress. Now let's add some detail. Maybe you say, "Can I get a small cappuccino with almond milk?" This is where modifiers help. Small, large, hot, iced, with cream, no sugar. These words give flavor to your sentences, just like they do to your coffee. Try practicing them out loud. Pretend you're placing an order. Say, "I'll have a large iced latte with oat milk." These phrases are easy to learn and fun to use. Real English right in your hands. Someone next to you might say, "I always get a latte, but cappuccinos are stronger." That's small talk. It's casual, friendly, and it builds connection. If you're shy, start with one sentence. "I like sweet coffee." Or ask a simple question. "What's your favorite drink?" This is how you learn English naturally, by being curious, by listening, by sharing. Coffee shops are great places to practice. Everyone's relaxed, and no one expects perfection. You might even hear jokes. "Don't tempt me with cake, I'm trying to be good." That's a common phrase. It means someone wants something but is pretending to resist. English is full of expressions like that. Try repeating them. Say them slowly, then faster. "Don't tempt me." You can't miss it. These little phrases make your speech sound alive. And the best way to study English is to speak it like people really speak. And if the cafe is busy, someone might say, "It's packed today." That means full. Or, "The line's long, but it moves fast." These are the kind of phrases you won't find in a textbook, but they're everywhere in real life. So take notes when you hear them. Use them in your daily conversations. Every small exchange is a chance to grow. Every coffee order is a chance to speak. And the more you speak, the more you believe in your ability to connect. Now, as you sip your coffee and enjoy the atmosphere, you might hear someone say, "Looks like rain's coming." And just like that, we've stepped into one of the most universal conversation starters of all, the weather. Let's walk into that moment together. Talking about the weather is more than just small talk. It's a friendly way to start. A conversation without pressure. Imagine this. Someone looks up and says, "It's such a sunny day." What do you say back? "Yes, it's beautiful." Or, "I love sunny days." These are real, everyday phrases. When you study English, start with these simple comments. They're easy to learn and always useful. Because no matter where you are in the world, the sky is always a topic. Now think about rainy days. Someone might say, "Looks like it's going to rain," or "Don't forget your umbrella." These moments are chances to practice English in a relaxed, natural way. Rain can even affect how people feel, so you might hear, "Rainy days make me sleepy," or "I like the sound of rain." When you learn English, it's good to connect words with emotions. Talk about how weather makes you feel. It's honest. And people relate to it. Weather also changes routines. On a sunny day, someone might say, "Let's go for a walk." On a cold day, it might be, "I'm staying inside today." Try saying those things in English. Practice at home. Open the window, look at the sky, and say one sentence in English about what you see. This makes the study English process feel personal and real. You're not just learning for a test, you're learning to live in English. People also talk about seasons. "I love fall. The colors are so pretty." "Winter is too cold for me." These are great phrases to use in friendly conversations. What's your favorite season? Try saying why. "I like spring because of the flowers." "I like summer because I go to the beach." These are short, strong ways to share who you are. And when you learn to express your opinions in English, your confidence grows fast. Extreme weather is another fun topic. "It's freezing today," or "This heat is crazy." These are things people say with energy. They're expressive, easy, and real. Listen for tone. How people stretch words like freezing or say crazy with a smile. When you repeat what you hear, your English starts to sound natural. That's why it's so important to study English by listening to real people. Mimic their voice, their rhythm. It's like music, and you're learning the song. So now, whether it's sunny, rainy, hot, or cold, you have something to say. And that's the goal. Because the more you can talk about everyday things, the easier English becomes. But what if you want to go beyond weather? What if you want to understand expressions like, "Don't tempt me," or "right at the fountain"? That's where our next lesson comes in. Let's talk about real English. Not the kind you find in long grammar books, but the English people actually use every day. Phrases like "you can't miss it" are perfect examples. It means something is easy to find. If someone says, "the bookstore," it's right at the fountain. You can't miss it. You understand more than just direction. You feel the rhythm of the language. When you study English, pay attention to how people talk, not just what they say. That's where fluency lives. Now let's try another phrase. Right at the fountain. This is a simple way to give directions using a landmark. Native speakers do this all the time. They don't say, "It's 300 meters northeast." They say, "It's right at the corner," or "next to the bakery." When you learn English, focus on these real-life markers. Go outside, find a place, and try describing it out loud using these kinds of expressions. It's how you turn English into something you use, not just study. And what about "don't tempt me"? It sounds playful, right? Someone offers you chocolate cake and you say with a smile, "Don't tempt me." It means you want it, but you're trying to resist. These kinds of phrases make your English feel alive. Try using them in jokes, in role plays, or with friends. Say them out loud. Add the right tone. Learning how something sounds is just as important as knowing what it means. This brings us to one of the most powerful tools for improving your English: shadowing. You listen to a sentence, pause, and repeat it with the same tone, speed, and rhythm. It's like singing along to a song, but with conversation. Try it with this lesson. Listen to how I say each sentence. Then go back and repeat. This simple method helps your brain and mouth learn to work together. When you study English like this, your fluency grows fast and naturally. Don't rush. Learning English should not feel like pressure. Let it feel like a daily routine, like brushing your teeth or going for a walk. You can watch one short video, repeat one phrase, write down one sentence. That's enough. Consistency beats intensity. A little bit every day builds a lot over time. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to feel comfortable speaking. And the more relaxed you are, the more you learn without even noticing. So now you know how to say, "Don't tempt me," where to go right at the fountain, and what it means when someone says, "You can't miss it." You've learned real English, the kind you can use in a cafe, on the street, or with a friend. But this is only the beginning. In the next part, I'll give you a challenge. And it starts with one simple question. Are you ready to use what you've learned today? So, what's your next step? You just walked through real conversations about life, work, weather, and even coffee. But the truth is, knowledge doesn't change your life. Action does. What's one sentence from today's lesson that you can say out loud right now? What's one phrase you'll try tomorrow when you see someone or order a drink? You don't need to wait to be fluent. Start where you are, with one word, one moment, one brave choice to speak. When you study English a little every day, you're not just learning. You're building confidence. You're training your voice to show up in the world. Now I want to hear from you. What was your favorite phrase today? Write it in the comments. Say it out loud. Make it yours. And if this lesson helped you, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. There's more coming. And together, we'll make English feel like a part of your real, everyday life.